Hello and welcome to Gartenzeile. Today we want to talk about the topic of vegetable gardening. More and more people are enjoying growing and harvesting their own vegetables, whether in an open field or in a raised bed. But which vegetables are particularly suitable for beginners among you who may not have much experience with growing your own vegetables? Which type of gardening should you choose? In this video, we show 5 easy vegetable varieties suitable for your first gardening and give you some general tips for planning and starting your gardening project. Yours gardening project. Enjoy watching. Growing and harvesting vegetables is very popular among many hobby gardeners. If you want to start growing vegetables but haven't quite dared to yet, or maybe don't know how to begin, we have some tips and suggestions for you on how to make your first vegetable gardening experience succeeds. First of all, you should determine the location of your vegetable bed or raised bed. A north-south orientation is beneficial because this way your plants will receive plenty of sunlight. The spot should be sheltered from the wind but still airy. If you want to create a vegetable bed in an open field, you should make sure that the future vegetable plants are easily accessible so that they can be well cared for and harvested. The bed should be wide enough so that you can easily reach the plants. If you want to grow several types of vegetables, you should use mixed crops. That's advisable. What does it mean to plant different vegetable varieties together in one bed? Due to the differences, for example, in terms of nutrient and water requirements, different plants can positively influence each other's growth because they don't compete with each other regarding their needs. Vegetable varieties are often divided into what are called heavy feeders, medium feeders, and light feeders. This is especially important to know for the long-term planning of a vegetable bed. For example, you shouldn't plant heavy feeders, like large cabbage varieties in the same spot, in the following years, as they have already heavily depleted the soil. Other heavy feeders include zucchini, cucumbers, and pumpkins. Light feeders include, for example, peas and beans, carrots, radishes, kohlrabi, spinach, and lettuce. Especially the medium feeders are well suited for beginners among you, as they have relatively straightforward requirements for nutrients and water supply. Make sure that the vegetable varieties planted next to each other do not belong to the same family, so they don't compete for nutrients, light, and water. Varieties from the same family often have similar susceptibilities to diseases, which would reduce your harvest results. Good neighbors would be, for example, zucchini and onions, or carrots and beans. Potatoes and spinach are also good partners in the bed. So, which vegetable varieties are good for beginners? Here, normal growing vegetable varieties work really well, like zucchini, but also radishes, carrots, kohlrabi, and spinach could be great for your first vegetable season. They are quite undemanding and don't require much care. It's best to buy zucchini as young plants. It needs a lot of space, even if it doesn't look like it at first. The first and best time to plant outdoors is from March to April. If you want them to look good, you should do this in May to June. You can also plant kohlrabi as a young plant. This way, you also have to wait less time than with sowing until the vegetables are ready to harvest. You would start sowing kohlrabi in April. By the way, you can still sow the seeds until August. Carrots and spinach can be wonderfully grown. It's important when sowing to do it at the right time, at the right depth, and with the right spacing. All this information is also on the packaging, your seed packets, so you really can't go wrong. You can already sow the carrots and spinach during the winter months starting in February. We once tested so-called planting bands for carrot seeds. These are meant to ensure a particularly even sowing of the seeds. This is especially a good method for beginners. You can find the video about it in the video description. Radishes are also very good. Beginner vegetable. You can also sow this starting in March. This way you can develop quickly so that you already have you can harvest 3 weeks later. So you get a particularly quick, positive result here. Your gardening work. By the way, did you know that many types of vegetables can even be grown on the balcony? You only need sufficiently large plant pots or planting bags. For example, we once grew potatoes in such planting bags. You can also find the video in the video description. Especially warm, sunny balconies would be a good location for sun-loving tomatoes, but peppers and cucumbers can also thrive well here. Now we wish you lots of fun and success with your first steps towards growing your own vegetables. We hope you enjoyed this little video. If so, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. Feel free to check out our other videos about vegetable gardening. You can also find the links in the video description. If you prefer the written word and are interested in gardening, feel free to check out our gardening magazine at www.gartenzile.de or on our Instagram channel. Until next time.